Hi guys, welcome back to another video, and today I am so happy to announce that finally, I mean finally, Season 2 is coming back of Alternative Future. This time, it's a little bit more realistic, because Season 1's not that good, so this is kind of like the reboot, but it's good. Now, do I include Yumiya? I'm including Yumiya just because, you know, I love Yumiya. No, wait. Oh, yeah. No, wait. Did it on that? Hold on, I might need to watch it. Hold on a little. Just, that. Well, hold on. Alright, I'm back from watching it. Sorry if it was a little late in delay. So, yeah. Yeah, so we have Ireland, Yumiya, UK, and then we'll have, and yeah, so let's begin. Also, Yumiya was just that. Alright, so let's start off with what would happen. So 2025, we need to go over here, you know. Russia is now sending in more troops, and main goal is to capture Odysseia and Junupo, with a bunch of troops moving in, and finally troops doing a good landing in Belarus. And they're getting very close to Kiev, I will admit. And their troops are very pushing in to Ukraine. And of course, Ukraine being Ukraine and is a normal country, they would try to fight back, I guess. They do quite a good job at the beginning. And then support starts. But the support hasn't started coming, sorry. So Russia can restart taking. Now they have a strong front in both areas. And yeah, so they finally capture here, locking Ukraine troops, till immediately they capture that and a bit more land. And then after Russia finally captures Odysseia, making this part of Ukraine surrender, Allied, well, I can't believe I'm calling them Allied, troops finally enter. And let's say they're able to do some work. Yeah, so first off they can push back there, nearly catching Donstica, and trying their hardest to push back on this front, but they won't give up, so the Russians do some air striking, let's say, and then they connect their two lands, slowly starting to move into Lviv. The area just surrenders. And then, but finally, a lot of help comes, and Ukraine is able to push through with all their troops and bombings. Gets quite far to Moscow. It's like it's became another country. But let's face it, the troops from Moscow, yeah, they finally are told to leave position. Which, come on, why didn't you say sooner? Which I believe why they're losing the war. That's why that happens there. And it within months afterwards, Dnipro is captured and they surrender. So let's look at the peace treaty. Now I think the peace treaty would look a little something like this. But I think they would definitely be under these guys control in that aspect. Yeah, basically under control, but you know, well, they're not really under control, but you know, Russia's military is basically surrounded Kiev. They're basically a puppet, and also these finally break away and join Russia. Yes, very, very good news. So Russians are happy, and then a few years later in 2027, maybe I should just real quickly. Belarus decides, you know what, let's join Russia. So that happens, and the guy who owned Belarus becomes Vladimir Putin's president. Like, if he dies, it will be him who joins afterwards. Now, let's look more over, I don't know, this area. So, as we know, Venezuela is very, very close to collapse. It may be like the biggest, like, have the biggest sort of, you know, well, oil, but, you know, it finally collapses after many fights, and, yeah, this is what's left of it. Yellow being the best region, and we do actually have some communist, the yellow being a communist state, this being a republican, this being a kingdom, yeah. Now we go back where Russia is, because about every major thing revolves around Russia. Yeah. Syria. So basically, let's just say Syria is able to do some home runs here. Let's just say. Well, kinda. So now they're getting rebelled by the yellow type of area. Well, finally, the UN helped. That's right, this region's gonna become better. That's right. It is now 2020 million, and they finally helped. Sorry, 2029. They decide to help. So, yeah, because of the UN's help, they get their country back, along with a new territory. No, wait, that's not new territory. I'm just stupid. Where's Mars? There's Mars, so it must be. No, it's not Arctic. Olivine? No, it can't be Olivine. Sand green. It's got to be sand. Mars, Arctic. It's not gonna be that. Medium green. Come on. Oh, grime. I swear if it's now grime. I don't care. Yeah. So. Yeah, and then here's where another major thing's happened. In 2030, these two countries here, that's why I didn't move. Yeah, well, guess what? They decide they would be better to join forces. As, you know, they're both really bad, they're both getting invaded, so now that they've joined forces, that means they can both take down this threat here for him. And it actually works, as the UN comes to provide help again. Meanwhile, in Palestine and Israel, let's just say things aren't going that well for either team. So after a very intense war, back-to-back conflict, you know, basically back-to-back, you know, eventually they can come up with a deal of who owns Jerusalem. And that being Lebanon, that's right, Lebanon takes the land. But no, seriously. They form a completely new nation, which is for both religion. UN says it's good, and it's divided in half, so if you're Muslim on that side, and stuff like that. And it's a very good, diverse, and laws like it. They're two different countries, but Jerusalem is split in half, so the two states can take a piece of it. And then Lebanon's like, this is going to be a good deal, so Lebanon decides to join it. So does these two here. So it's looking it's looking quite good over here, They're quite a strong country, Now we get on to another very controversial part. Oman. And that's that. Let's say Saudi Arabia. Sinai. That was so bad. So bad, Archie. So fucking bad. So Saudi Arabia is basically just staring at them like, oh, whoa. And, yeah. So he's seeing all the stuff that's over there, and they decide to interfere. Yep. Interfere. Now, realistically, other countries would, let's say, start to get in involved. I think I'm going. Yeah, but for this, they're like, you know what? Let's try this. So, okay, that's it. I've had enough. I'm making you rust. So, they invade. That's right, invade. Now everyone else is chill because they know Saudi Arabia's the strong. I'm just kidding. So yeah, they please don't. Let me just try bright orange. So they would invade starting from here, the weaker nation. And it would go quite well, taking land, and then them immediately surrender. And then they do bombs at both capitals, so they first surrender, and then these guys here, they try their hardest. But yeah. And then a peace treaty comes up. The one which is, well, Americanized will be taking most of the land here, and then the other part is literally going to be, well, this guy here, Oster. Now Oster. Don't be Oster. Thank God. I don't care, I'm not working on it. Then we go over here. Now here's where I think everyone's gonna get a little bit controversial. Controversial. Because this is like Japan. I'm just kidding. Japan is not gonna invade anyone. Let's go down here. Panama. So this area is like basically destroyed, isn't it? Like the Caribbean and stuff. So Russia, being Russia, decides to do something about that. Russia's like, alright. So this is basically Cold War 2. And basically they're going to be controlling places, so is the USA. So USSR is going to be controlling Cuba, and a few others. I don't really know. And we're just going to make them yellow, really red, and dark blue. So I'm not really sure which countries in the Caribbean like support Russia. Wait, let me search it up. If my phone lets me, Jesus. Not I say. Ah. Come on then, scroll then. Sorry, my phone is. Oh, Cozy's live. Damn, missing that. So yeah, I know it's gonna be Cuba. Then actually, maybe we should keep this part out for a bit while my phone bloody load. So over here we have a very which countries support Russia in the. Alright, I'll put which countries are allies of Russia. What's the... Alright, let's get back over here. So basically, what's gonna happen is I'm just gonna make it random, but I'll do some I know might join Russia. So over here we'll have some Russians. Then down here we'll have some Americans. Americanized. That one, this land here is just a little controversial, to say so myself. Now Britain decides to give away some territory, just, you know, because they want to help. And then here's some more controversial part. I think it's the other way around, but I don't really care. Now, this is going to be quite a close fight. So, America's going to need quite... Well, I say America's going to need quite a lot of land, you know, to go up against Russia here. But I've just gave them more land and they're closer. So, let's just switch it up a little. And also, this is controversial. I'm sorry. But look at how close America is. And then look how far Russia is. Like, it's going to be there, but that's not going to be a really good port from about there. So we get all the way. Having to go past Hawaii, may I add. All the way. So having to go, like... Yeah, but then there's also France and us, UK. So it'd have to be, like... Slytherin till we get into the red part. So yeah. Anyways, let's start. So in this war, USA would immediately send stuff out of Jacksonville and Miami straight to the Bahamas and Cuba. And then any troops there would be immediately sent over here. And yeah, because they already have armies here, basically really good protected from the Russians. Meanwhile, over here, Bahamas gets captured nearly immediately. But Cuban military is doing quite well to stand USA's attacks. But to be fair, armies from Atlantis and New Orleans haven't even made it there yet. And USA's already taken that. And Miami's just made it there, and Jacksonville is starting to get it there. So, I don't think it's gonna be that good for them. But anyways, they are holding up quite a decent fight, especially over here. They're holding up quite decently. No, wait, other way around. Yeah, taking San Jose. And yeah, it's quite a good fight until the USA takes Hanover and Cuba surrenders. That's where it goes downhill. as then USA takes Port-au-Prince, and then starts an invasion in Panama and stuff until Russian troops make it there, and they recapture Hanva, start digging down in Cuba. But now stuff from like California has made it, so now there's gonna be it's gonna be even closer than it was, and they're gonna take Guatemala and El Salvador. So it is looking quite good for the USA. USA. My pronouns are USA until Russia takes that and rebels in Panama, make Bahama, Bahama, ding a ding. Alright, so and then they hit quite here-ish and, you know, unexpectedly attack from here. And, you know, it's quite close now. Doing quite well for Russia. They do catch Magara, though, USA. And now it's looking quite bad for Russia again, but quite good at the same time. As Russia takes Guatemala again. And it's really just back and forth. Till finally troops from Boston make it. Where, the Bahamas is captured. Multiple more small islands are captured. Cuba is finally getting reinvaded. No one touches this island right here. This island has only been attacked twice. Well, no, once because Russia owned it. And then actually twice because then Russia... Whatever. Anyways, USA is offending San Salvador for their life. Until eventually... Let's go to Europe, shall we? Troops from Minsk, Ukraine, Rostov-on-Don, Volgograd, Astrakhan, Nizhny Novgorod, Moscow, Smolensk, St. Peters, and Askala make it. Where this is where it just goes mayhemish, and Russia finally shows their military strength in parades of armies and heaps. But then USA is also quite strong, so they are able to fight back in more this area here, and yeah, until eventually we have actual Russian troops make it, invading the Bahamas and here. And also, they've just took a lot of land and are hoisting, let's say, stuff from Ukraine. And also, a team would like to join the war. That's right, yellow team is joining the war on Russia's side this time. And after this being quite a big shock to the USA, like, he's getting help. And UK's decided not to do anything. They start to win because of surprise help until, well, American soldiers land. And because half of the cities are like on beaches and stuff, it's mayhem. They also go through Colombia to get there. So yeah, it's very looking very bad for this country. Until, you know, they start fighting back, you know, crackers and stuff. But while that's happening, Russia, you know, is using main force here, finally taking the Panama Canal. And after that surprise shock, Panama citizens don't know what to do, so they run into Russia, and they take it. And then, after the USA realizing, we're doomed. Basically, every Russian soldier which is here just goes berserk straight there. And let's say America didn't realize that, and they lose. That's right, America loses. Oh my god, America loses. My pronouns are USA. Anyways, let's see the borders. So, as we can see, we have a Russian state being made here. Then we have more of a new state being made here, and then basically, you know how Panama's on the USA's team? Yeah, it's now on Russia's side, not the USA's. So they change, and then Cuba just devours. The Bahamas decide to join Cuba, yeah. And then there's like another island nation. Yeah, these are all communist or support Russia, or it's just nice to Russia. And none of these are allies to the USA. Yeah. And this country here basically becomes a base for Russia. So, yeah, basically they give Russia that. And this island here, yeah, they kind of take their independence. And also these countries here merge as they're scared of big boy country. So yeah. And basically it's looking very Russian. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and peace.